Congratulations, you've made it to Module 3 of the AIM Foundations class. This is Coach Paula, and we're going to talk about momentum recalibration. Listen, you don't need more ideas. You don't. What you need is deeper execution. Ultimately, momentum is repeated, directed action. That is what we're aiming for. Repeated, directed action. Because when we're doing things that are new, it may feel powerful. But in all honesty, repetition is ultimately what builds power in our lives. So in this module, we are going to talk about that energy collapse that happens. Remember, at the bottom of the AIM drift loop, we have that energy collapse. That is the red flag, right? And so we're going to talk about that energy collapse and analyze it in your life. But then in this portion, the last 7 days, we're going to do what's called the final 7. And that's your stabilization activation portion. And in those 7 days, we're going to do some key things. We're going to do a focus audit. We're going to increase our depth of analysis of ourselves and our focus, because that strengthens the activation. Then we're going to do intentional subtraction. That's where we are going to really identify some things that we really need to let go of, build up our boundaries, have actions and things around that, and make a commitment of things that we need to remove in the next level of cycles. Then we're going to declare our next direction. This is important because this is where we will declare one aligned expansion effort. And so we'll be able to say within 48 hours, I'm going to then do this, or I'm going to do that. We're going to choose our right direction and be able to understand what deserves our structured focus for development. Then we'll activate ourselves. Within 48 hours, I am going to, and we'll fill that in, because it's not about speed. It's ultimately about proof. We'll create a carryover statement of things that we're going to do moving forward. And then we will define where our energy is being directed. Because after we've been recalibrated, then we align and say what our said direction is. My energy will now be directed toward, and we'll be able to fill that in. Because you now will have learned how to aim. The next portion will be adding structure to what you have built. Track well those 7 days, and I'll see you hopefully in some future offerings. Thanks so much for being part of AIM Foundations.